and we'll sing hallelujah. But what is that to you right now? But let's talk in a way that can give us some faith to go round. We'll hold tight as we can when it's better again, and that'll sustain me for now.
Alright, welcome to Paranormal After Dark. So I've done this before. I'm going to try to do it again with Dylan. It was very successful in summer, so we'll just see what kind of happens. Please excuse me because this is probably the weakest thing that I do right here. This is a crime deck, so we're going to go through and see if we can get the answers for Dylan. Dylan, if you will, please come in the room for me. Come in love, light, and peace to you. Looking for answers if you can. So, what we got is people, things that could have happened, stuff like that, maybe where he's at, and a yes and no. Dylan Rounds, please come in this room for me, and what you're going to see me do is I'm just going to try to flop them just as good as I can to get them to flop one out. Can you come in the room for me? Dylan Rounds, can you throw a card out? Who had something to do with your disappearance? Can you tell me who had something to do with your disappearance, please? Throw me a card out on the table. I could just shuffle these, but I like to actually get them to throw a card out. Just to be honest with you. That's just the way I like to do it. Show me who done this to you. Who was involved in your disappearance? There it is. Family, guys. Family. Was there anybody else involved in your disappearance? Dylan? Are there anybody else that was involved in your disappearance? If you can, please throw me out another card. Use my energy. If there was somebody else that was in this, can you throw out another card, please? When you say family, who do you mean is in family? Please use my energy, Dylan. I need the directest answers I can get from you. Dylan Rounds. Can you throw me out a card on the table, please? Please throw me out a card. Like I said, some people got different. They like to shuffle them and just pull the first card from the top. I literally like to try to make them throw it. Dylan Rounds, please, were there anybody else involved? If there wasn't, I'll put the deck down. Was there anybody else involved? If you can, just throw a card out on the table for me. Sometimes you just gotta, sometimes it's hard to get them to throw a card out. Can you throw a card out on the table for me? If they don't throw out one soon, I'll actually pick one. Dylan, throw a card out on the table if there's anybody else involved in your disappearance. Dylan Rounds. Dylan Rounds, if there's anybody else involved, please come and throw a card out. We're going to wait on this right here. Because I'm not... Hold up here. We'll see if we can get him to throw one out. Dylan Rounds, if you will, please throw a card out for me. If there's anybody else involved other than family. Just throw a card out on the table for me. Can you throw a card out on the table for me, please? Just throw a card out on the table. Alright, so he's not wanting to throw anything else out on that one right now. So we'll come back to that. We know that family's involved. So now this is gonna, Dylan, why did they do this to you? What was the main cause of it? Why was this done to you? Can you throw me a card on the table, Dylan Rounds? Right off the bat. Money and fraud. Right off the bat, guys. Money and fraud. I didn't even get a chance to even... This is a big deck. Money and fraud. So we know money and fraud's involved. Actually, that was quick. It flipped them over real quick. And as you guys can tell, this is a big... Dylan Rounds, what else can you tell me about why they done this to you? Can you tell me why else they done this to you? Fired. I mean, they're throwing them out as quick as I can even. So we got money, fraud, and fired. We know somebody was fired in this case. Let's say fired. What else can you tell me, Dylan? Why did this happen to you? Suicide. I don't know what that means yet, but we're going to lay it on the table because I don't really know what that means. So we got suicide. But with that being said, that could be talking about, it's not necessarily that he killed himself, but it could be anything into the mixture of who knows. Like I said, I'm kind of a little weary on that card. What else can you tell me, Dylan? Why was this done to you? Throw me out a card here, please, for me. Can you throw me out another card, Dylan Rounds? Why was this done for you? Hold up here. Get them right so I can shuffle them right. Can you throw me any more cards to tell me why this was done to you? When he says suicide, he could be talking about a lot of things. Like, it ain't necessarily just suicide. It could have been a suicide thing that he was doing. Like I said, Dylan Round, please use my energy, come through. We got a card that flopped out there. Secrets. Secrets. What else can you tell me, Dylan Rounds? Is there anything else that I need to know about why you disappeared? Are there anything else you can tell me? Let me get them right so I can shuffle them quicker. Like I said, just throw me a card out on the table if there's anything else I need to know why you went disappearing. That was my fault. That wasn't them trying to throw it. Throw me a card out on the table, please. Dylan Rounds. Use my energy. What happened to you, Dylan Rounds? Why did they do this? Please come through for me. Throw me something out on the table, please. Can you throw me a card out on the table if there's another reason for this? That's my fault. I've been working out. I got the shakes today. Dylan Rounds. Anything else you need to show me? Just throw me a card out on the table if you will. Legal proceedings. I know that the mother went to sue, but I don't know what that has anything to do with maybe revenge, maybe the person that she sued come after Dylan. I mean, that's a theory. Anything else, Dylan? Anything else? If they are, please just throw it out on the table for me so I can know what we're looking. Why did you go disappearing? Well, are there any other reasons? Are there any other reasons that you went disappearing, Dylan? Death. So in that one we got fraud, money, fired, suicide. I'm not quite for sure on that suicide. Secret, legal proceedings, and death. Dylan Rounds, can you tell me where you're located at? Can you tell me where your location's at, Dylan Rounds? Can you throw me a card out on the table of where you're located at? There's one. A river. And I don't mean he's in the river, it just can mean a river's nearby. Or he could actually be in the river. I mean, that is for sure. Dylan, are there anything else you need to tell me about what's nearby you? Ooh. That about caught on fire. Buried. So we know he's not in the river, he's just buried. Let me get it to where you can see it, guys. I can't even see this camera. So we know he's buried. Maybe he's buried by a river. What else, Dylan, do you need to tell me? What else is next to you? Throw me another card out, Dylan. You're doing wonderful. You're welcome in my house. You're welcome in this room. All you gotta do is speak. Throw me another card out, Dylan. Give me signs of where you're close to. Or what's close to you. Can you throw me a card out? So you're buried near a river, huh? What else can you tell me, Dylan? So throw me a card out for me. It's even harder when it's smaller decks, it seems like. Dylan, are there anything else that's next to you? Alright, threw me out one. There was a secret trip involved in this. A secret trip. What else, Dylan? Anything else that you can tell me? Anything that's involved in your case and what you're close to? Are there anything else you need to tell me? Just please use my energy. My spirit guides, please guide these cards. Landfield. Okay. Anything else you want to tell me, Dylan Rounds? So we got landfill in here. I said that just in case you didn't see that card. Landfill. Anything else you can tell me? So just, if they are, about where you're located at, can you throw me out a card, please? Some people don't prefer this method, some people do. Some people just pick them right off the top. They shuffle them and then pick them. Anywhere else, Dylan, that would show me where you're at. Use my energy, please. Can you throw out any more cards for me? Give me a clue of where you're at or what you're near to. Can you throw me out any more cards, please? Is there anything else you need to let me know about where you're at? See, that should have been, I should have went on and pulled that, but I didn't. If it's meant to come out, it will. Dylan, are there anything else you want to show me of where you're at? So we know that there's a motel near too. So we got river, buried. It was a secret trip. And there's a landfill. And all this is close by. Every one of these are really close by. Landfill. A motel. A river. He's buried. And it was a secret trip. I want to go back to the question to ask him. Dylan, was there anybody else other than family involved in your disappearance? If there was, can you please throw me out a card? There, he just threw it. Dating. So maybe it was because of the family, and the reason of his disappearance is the dating aspect of this. I really don't know his preference. I've heard people say, but I don't really know. Anybody else that was involved, Dylan? Was there anybody else that was involved? You can throw me a card out on the table, please. I'm gonna do one more thing before I do that. Dylan, are there anything else that I need to know about why they done this to you? If they are, can you throw me out another card? I need to start doing this more often so I can get the shuffling down track. If there's anything else you can tell me, can you throw me out another card about your disappearance, Dylan Rounds? Imprisonment. Maybe he was being held. Takes me back to the blue house in a way, but that's just maybe me. I don't know. But this could be wherever he's at. Imprisonment, guys. I want to thank y'all. Just doing different stuff, so I was about to get out of this just for the simple fact that I was ashamed to even be in this, and this being my passion after some of the things I've seen in the past 2 weeks. It's crazy. Nevertheless, thank you so much. God bless you.